Hello again, welcome to Dr. K's channel. We continue reading bits and pieces from this important book titled Attached, the New Science of Adult Attachment and How It Can Help You Find and Keep Love. Why am I doing that? This channel is here to help you read books. If you don't like reading anymore, or if you have any, problem with concentrating on reading books, just give me your ears, especially if you're an auditory person. Listen to very valuable pieces from such books as this one. Today's video is from the selection that is titled in the book Dependency is Not a Bad Word. How often did we feel scared when they say you're dependent? We don't like that. According to this book, dependency is not bad after all. Let's delve deep into this section and see what they mean by it. The two authors of this book, they say that a few years ago, on a TV reality show that features couples who race against each other around the world and perform challenging tasks, their names were Karen and Tim. They were the show's dream couple. They were beautiful, sexy, smart, and successful. In the face of the various challenges they encountered, intimate details about their relationship emerged. Karen wanted to get married, but Tim was reluctant. He valued his independence and she wanted to get closer. At certain high-pressure moments during the race and often after an argument, Karen needed Tim to hold her hand. Tim was hesitant to do so. It felt too close, and besides, he didn't want to succumb to her every whim. By the last show, Tim and Karen were leading the race. They almost won the big cash prize, but at the finish line, they were beaten. When they were interviewed for the season finale, they were asked if in retrospect they'd do anything differently. Karen said, "I think we lost because I was too needy. Looking back, I see that my behavior was a bit much. Many times I needed Tim to hold my hand during the race. I don't know why it was so important to me, but I've learned the lesson from that. And I've decided that I don't need to be that way anymore. Why did I need to hold his hand so much? That was silly. I should have just kept my cool without needing this gesture from him." Tim, for his part, said very little. The race in no way resembled real life. It was the most intense experience I have ever had. During the race, we didn't even have time to be angry with each other. We just dashed from one task to the next. Both Karen and Tim neglected to mention an important fact. Tim got cold feet before a joint bungee jumping challenge and almost quit the race. Despite Karen's encouragement and reassurance that she too would be jumping with him, he just wouldn't do it. It reached the point that he took off all his gear and started walking away. Finally, he mustered the courage to take the challenge after all. Because of that particular hesitation, they lost their lead. Attachment theory teaches us that Karen's basic assumption that she can and should control her emotional needs and soothe herself in the face of stress is simply wrong. She assumed that the problem was that she's too needy, but research findings support the exact opposite. Getting attached means that our brain becomes wired to seek the support of our partner by ensuring their psychological and physical proximity. If our partner fails to reassure us, we are programmed to continue our attempts to achieve closeness until they do. If Karen and Tim understood this, she would not feel ashamed of needing to hold his hand during the stress of a nationally televised race. For his part, Tim would have known that the simple gesture of holding Karen's hand could give them the extra edge they need to win. Indeed, if he knew that by responding to her need early on, he would have had to devote less time to putting out fires caused by her compounded distress later, he might have inclined to hold her hand when he noticed that she was starting to get anxious instead of waiting until she demanded it. What's more, if Tim was able to accept Karen's support more readily, he would probably have bungee jumped sooner. Attachment principles teach us that most people are only as needy as their unmet needs. When their emotional needs are met, and the earlier the better, they usually turn their attention outward. This is sometimes referred to in attachment literature as the dependency paradox. There will be a video about it coming soon. The more effectively dependent people are on one another, the more independent and daring they become. Karen and Tim were unaware of how to best use their emotional bond to their advantage in the race. What about you? Has this ever happened to you? Did Karen and Tim's story ring a bell in your mind? If yes, share in the comment. Don't forget to share this video and the many other videos to come about attachment styles with people to understand themselves more and understand people in their lives. Thank you for watching. See you in our next video.